Hello my friends and welcome to another bank video. I think this is the third one now, third year in a row at least, and I'm doing these at the end of every year to sort of recap my year on the game and show you the progress on the account, not just the bank but also the achievements or the XP and the collection logs and all the other things I'm getting up to. But of course we will start with the bank. And I didn't actually think I'd make that many big upgrades this year, but I had a pretty decent run. Picking up a few things that I wanted for a long time. You can see one of them here being the Tantalm, but I will get to a couple of these things. So if you've seen the previous videos, you'll know the bank is about 20 bill, and on this account, I keep the value at around 20 bill. And any excess money I make is now on my alt account, which I just merged with. So that account has lots of GP, not disclosing the exact value. Thank you, Scythe merchers and other things that have been going well. And I'm using that to fuel events and fund things, and basically just have like a spare account to like have some fun with merching on the side. So you're not seeing the whole bank here, and this account is 20 bill, and that's what it's going to stay for the foreseeable future. In terms of what we actually have, I will put on the bank plugin real quick as well to show you the values. This is the one time I do this, so if you're interested, you now know. So it just sits at about 20 more or less. And this is my cash stack, my trusty cash stack. It gets thrown about a lot. My rune stats came in. If you guys know about what this is, it's like a thing they send you to your account at the end of a year. I spent 16 billion GP this year in the G. 16 billion GP. I paid something like 150 million tax. Yeah, it feels bad, but at the same time, that's what happens when you throw a lot of money in and out and buy lots of stuff. This money here, this is giveaway money. And I run some events here and there on stream or on Discord or Twitter, and this GP, this GP right here, this 1.5 bill, anything in plat is always just giveaway money. So I don't really count this as part of the bank, and that's just for an event or two down the road. Master caskets, I have been stacking. I'm at 45, and the plan is to get to 50 at least, or 100 potentially before I open them, so I can do a little video, and so I can do like a big stream for them and make it a bit more fun. So that's one of the things I'm working on, and I'm sitting at 500 master caskets right now, being opened, like 505 or something. So I'm halfway to Bloodhound, a bit over, and I'm working on like collections right now. That's kind of fun. Hopefully in January or February, before Coliseum, you'll either get a video or you'll see a stream where I do 100 opening. And first thing in the bank, which is now the Blood Tour. I was the second player to obtain this lovely armor. Sync beat me out by a couple of hours while played Mr. Sync, and it is still as lovely as ever. I really like the design. Super nice set of armor, super fun challenges, and I made a lot of content around that as well. The Infernal Cape stack has definitely grown a little bit, but I haven't really been doing much Inferno this year as my focus has sort of shifted towards more overall account goals instead of like just building capes and doing Inferno speeds. And I've migrated towards things like the 2K capes, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So over here, the next bit I picked up was the Tanzanite Helm. My KC at Zora is just under 7,000. I got the Magma at about 660 in the first year of playing, and I don't have any dupes. I can actually show the log for this. It's pretty cool. I do have a jar on a friend's account when I was learning. He let me train when I didn't have the stats, but I don't have the pet yet, so maybe something down the road I'll go back for. In terms of my like uniques, I mean, pretty even across the board, and one of each, which is really nice. So I get to use this in Toa occasionally for some of the runs I do, and it's just really nice to have. Moving down, I mean, I guess last year you would have seen stuff like the Shadow and all. This is not new stuff, but of course we do have all the TOA gear, and I think I have every important item in the game at this stage. Virtus is of course new. This is the magic set from DT2. Doesn't really have any use, but it does make the bank look a bit nicer. If you're interested in like a picture of the entire bank, I'm gonna take a picture, and with it as like a plugin you can take a picture with, and I'll put it in the description so you can click it to like see the whole thing expanded if you're interested. Moving down, we got the DT2 rings included now, so the Altor, Venator, Bellator, and Magus. These rings are pretty damn strong. I mean, for what they are. Alongside Lightbearer, we have like a really nice set now, which is cool. And they now replace the old DT2 rings. I also have, I think I must have had a Karis Partisan last year, but maybe not. But either way, that's now there. The Soul Reaper X, which I picked up to do Vardy, is in the bank and looks as good as ever. And moving down, this is, well, semi-familiar, but I do have the new Blowpipe. which alongside the cert perm does look pretty nice. I'm not sure I like it as much as the regular, but it's got its place and it's a bit of a new item, so it's nice. And moving down here, I think the rest of this is the same. I've picked up some different supply amounts, whips, things like this. These are for giveaways and whatnot, or just like dropping at max parties because it's kind of fun. But other than that, I don't really have anything new in this bit here. I tried to keep this section to be sort of every relevant BIS item, and then a few extra fun things here and there. And then moving down, I think the only thing interesting here is probably this Bulwark kit. This is a league reward, and you can just buy it from the GE. Makes your Bulwark look like Zuck's shield, so it looks really good. Into the potion tab, I'm going to click on it directly. It says it's 3 bill, which I think is about right. A lot of this money is coming from the sweets, which are taking up 1 bill on their own. Hilariously, the Jangaberries, which I just like sitting there, are also about 400. But things like the price of heart have shot up massively, sitting on nearly 100. And things like the Sandfuse, these alone are nearly 200. The brews, the restores, I don't know. When you have this kind of silly money, you can just kind of get away with this. And I have enough supplies to like fund each year. And then at the end of the year, if I'm like making profit, I'll just restock and I'll just have enough for like an extra year. So every year this tab grows a bit or like changes a little bit. But yeah, that's my entire potion tab. Nice and organized, does its work for me. Having one of those potions in the bank for pre-potting is like a really nice tip in general. But it's it looks a bit funny, but it's how I like it. I think this is in the wrong place maybe, but that's okay. I can fix it later. My TP tab, this hasn't changed at all with the exception of the DT2 Shadow Ring. I've bought some more runes and used some more. Soul runes are getting consumed by the Shadow nowadays, so I need to buy more of these. And I've got them organized in such a way that I can like take out the entire set of Thrall and Death Charge, or Avenge set, or the Barrage set, and that's just kind of like how I like to order it. But again, nothing here has really changed too much, except I think Eternal Glory is like through the roof. Something like 80 mil, yeah, 90 mil. This tab is one of my more important and more coveted tabs. This is my like PVM collectionist tab, and this has definitely improved it a little bit, you could say. So I have Blood Torva kit and an extra dupe. I have my 3 raiding capes. I am complete with Chambers, which I don't think I was done with last year. I actually have Chambers green log, that I'll show the raid logs in a moment. I'm 50 KC away from completing Tob, and I'm saving it until I've done TOA, so I have a bit of fun to work with for the last 50 KC. And then I'm about 1.3, 1.4k KC at TOA. So I'm planning to be done by late January or early February, before Colosseum again, is the idea, so I can have all the raids done. I keep some other fun capes in here, and you may notice something interesting. I have 3 dusts. Chambers dust, the Tob dust, and of course the TOA dust, of course. But no, this is actually a sawdust, and the idea is basically to mark that I have completed all the transmog stuff from TOA, and instead of keeping the transmog things in this tab, I'm just marking it with a sawdust, because it looks like a TOA dust, and it's kind of interesting to see it there. Kind of a fun way to do it. But I have duplicates of all the transmog stuff, just not in this tab, because this is like the very specific one. I have the same amount of Sanguine kits and Holy kits, which is very funny. And I have a plenty of Twisted kits from the CM grind as well. Bounty Hunter kits, I think I just stored in here. Some things may not make sense, but yeah. Cursed Fang kit, I think oh, no, I got rid of it. It's fine, I'll put one back later or go do another one. But I have some spare things in here. I have the Charged Ice from Muspa, if I ever get the Muspa pet. I think that's what it is. I have the Sarachnis things, which I had last year. I have the Fasani thing, and now I have the Acorn. So I've got a couple of pet transmogs lined up. Waiting really for that to really happen. I have a lot of gems now from TOA, which is kind of cool. Can't really do anything with them, but it's nice to collect them, I think. And likewise, I have the gems from the DT2 bosses. And what I wanted to do was do Muspa, get the Ancient Icons. And I'm going to make one of each staff, which is going to go in my PVM tab, just as something to say, like, I've done it, I have the items, even if they're limited and fairly pointless. It's, you know, I like the collection kind of thing. So I need to get more of these from Muspa, and that's why it's like all in here. I really got to get my kit back. Okay. Slayer tab. This hasn't changed at all as far as I'm aware. I might have bought some more cannonballs. That's about it. This is the same as always. And nice, easy, simple tab. I have my loot tab, which also hasn't changed much, although I've added some new items to the bottom. So this layout is just something that looks nice. I'm going to redo this at some point. because it's getting a bit crazy. As you can see, I've not really taken any of this stuff out for a little while, so there's probably, it says there's 100 mil sitting in here, which is nice. And as we go down a bit further, you see some of the more interesting uniques and big ticket items down here. So some of these things I buy to make videos, or some of these things I just have. I actually made my own axe. I got my entire axe for myself, which was quite nice. And I got a spectral sigil while boosting corp. So a couple of new things added here, but I do maintain this and add this and adjust it over time. But I like this section at least. It looks pretty good. Not organized, but looks good. My tool tab, again, hasn't changed too much. Been stocking up on implings. These guys are crazy expensive nowadays. This ninja impling stack is 400 mil, and it's, you know, I'm going to burn through these on the way to Bloodhound, I think. But this is one of the most expensive things I spend money on right now, just to update my master clue tab. As you can see, I've opened like 40k implings, so yeah, a bit scary. Going down, again, nothing has really changed. I'm working on some fun grinds, and one of my big things I'm doing next year is after I'm done with my 2k capes, which is like the biggest thing ever. It's like a 2,000-hour grind on its own. That's like playing efficiently, and I don't play efficiently. I want to start working on things like getting my skilling outfits. So like I need the Gotta outfit, I need the farming outfit, I need my mining gloves, which are going to go here. And I'm doing things like getting unidentified minerals just very slowly, but I'm working on these things. And next year, I think I'm going to be doing a lot more of that instead of, again, like more Inferno speedruns and stuff. I'm going to do a mix of not really clogging, because I don't really like clog, but PVM completionist things and like fitting out the account so I have every possible item, especially untradables. I really like getting untradables. So again, like Gricola's can, the seed thing, auto weed from Tithe Farm. I've done all my stash units. Believe it or not, I've only done 500 master clues and 4 medium clues. No other clues. But I got around to doing the stash units, so I'm filling out everything that has to be filled out. That's the idea. So moving down here again, no big changes. Been stockpiling some stuff. Just having excess things, some like ecumenical keys. I don't know if these were here last year, perhaps. But just stockpiling some stuff. Tons of blood shards. Tons of just like every possible thing I could need. And again, a lot of these dupes are things I like to give to people. Just if you're a new player, sometimes I'll just run around and give people, not like an occult, but maybe a set of mystic or black d'hide, or just something useful to, give them something anyway instead of money. 22 threads, which is nice. Nature's Knots are a great item to give noobs, by the way, because it makes them do a quest. Just stuff like this, d'hide as well. But this has more or less become a junk tab for now. It's a bit unorganized, and there's probably a bit I could do to make it look good. But I've been like shuffling the entire set of the bank around, so it's not too surprising some stuff is in a bit of a weird place here. But yeah, that's the sort of junk plus tool tab. And then I actually got around to completing my set of crystal crowns. If you saw this on Twitter, it was actually unintentional, but decided to stick with it because it was kind of funny. I put these in the wrong place and then took a picture. But I officially own all 8 crowns, a full waste of 2 billion GP that I can never get back, and that's it. That's the whole thing. So just got it to make it look nice with the graceful. No other real reason. I just think it looks nice. And again, I have some slots to get. I need to get the quest graceful. If you do quest speedrunning, you can get a new one. So I've got to work on some Marks of Grace, which I think I have somewhere. I don't know. I have Marks of Grace somewhere. And this slot is probably for that down the road. This stuff is probably going to go in the house at some point. I just don't need it. This stuff might even, but I don't know what to do about these guys. So this tab might disappear. Who knows? And while I was working on this stuff, my bank slots got completely decimated. So I bought out the entirety of the bank slots. It's like 1 billion GP maybe to buy that as well. I just did it. Figured I needed it. And now we're sitting on 1,220 bank slots, which is really nice. So you can see the capacity is like 800 plus 360 for purchasing, 20 for pin, 40 for Jagex account. So that's the whole thing. So that's like another technically just unlocking everything for the account kind of deal. And then lastly, my fun tab, which is just filled with junk. Yeah, I think this has been shown before. There's nothing crazy going on here. A lot of the clue items that I get shoved in here. Probably the most interesting thing. Oh, I got my I did sell off all my third age last year. I don't want any of it anymore. I'm just not really interested in it, regardless of the prices and stuff. I already have enough money to buy it if I want to, but there's just no reason. So I've got it as a placeholder, which is fine for me. And this item is a pretty cool set here. you guys didn't see, Crack the Clue 3 finally got solved, and with it you can get this lovely set of robes, which I think is pretty interesting. Very nice fashionscape. And this coin pouch is pretty fun. This has been known about for a while, that you can generate money from this thing. Not good to do, you couldn't even bot it effectively, but it's a thing. So yeah, so this set's from Crack the Clue 3. If you want to know how to get it, go to the wiki and it gives you good instructions. And that's more or less the entire bank. So I'm going to put a picture of everything if you're interested. It's just going to be like the entire thing laid out. Just the bank plugin like takes a really nice screenshot. And yeah, let's have a look at the actual account. So I surpassed 1 billion XP this year, and I had difficulty reaching it. I only gained 100 mil XP this year, and that's because I'm capped at range. I can't get more range XP, and if I'm ranging a lot, that XP just doesn't exist. So my XP this year came from mostly strength. HP is very close to 200 mil, which is nice. Defense is now 30 mil. Attack is nearly 25. Magic has gone up because I'm doing TOA, so we're at 82. And that's more or less it. I've been doing a small amount of agility, a small amount of fishing to try and get the pets, and next year will probably be a very similar story, except I'll be 200 mil HP, so even less gains next year. I may be doing strength training at Colosseum, hopefully, so that'll be my next 200 mil after HP, but I'm no skiller, and realistically I'm not getting anything else, so that's that. Right, onto my actual collection stuffs. So 624 days played. I'm not sure how that matches up to last year, but this year I played exactly 1.5k hours, according to my Jagex report thingy. So that's like just under 20% of a year or something in terms of actual time. So 40% of online time. That's about right for like how much I stream. I don't play too much off stream, but a little bit here and there. So a decent hefty 1.5. I think next year, depending, I can go anywhere from, again, 1.5 to 2k. 1.5 is probably a lower amount that I'll play. And we are, of course, maxed out on quests, achievements, total level. Clogging is probably going to hit 500 next year just because of new content getting released. And I really have not that much interesting stuff to show, except for maybe the Chambers log. So like this is the same as before. Nothing crazy going on here. I'm not sure I even got any pets this year. I think I got, let me think. I got Butch and Little Viathan is what I got. Oh, and I got my Dusted Tumikan's Guardian. I'll go to the house, the POH, to have a look at these guys in a minute. Actually, I can go there now and then have a look at my my collections here. So, for raids, I green-logged Cox like 3 times over, I think. I have 3 of everything, as far as I'm aware, which is kind of nice. This log is something that basically the log came out after I had a lot of KC at Chambers, so I'm missing like 50 plus items from the log, at least 50 items, probably more. So I'm missing at least 2 or 3 T-bows. I'm missing 2 or 3 mauls, at least 1 or 2 Kodais, and the same for everything else. The pets is actually correct, and the dusts I believe is correct as well. But I was doing DM before they allowed more dusts to be dropped, so I could have got more, but regardless, we have it all done. And the plan is, again, early next year to have TOA completed. This is my log currently. Just under 1.4k KC. I can claim a cape or 2, but I'm just going to wait for now. And yeah, nice little 5 shadows looking good. So this log will be a 5x complete log, I think, at least, by the time I'm done. If I get more pets, then, you know, maybe 6x, another shadow. This is my main content right now. If you ever watch a stream, if you watch the streams, you will just see me doing tons of TOA. I'm doing about 15 a day, sometimes up to 20, and that means that, again, like like mid to late February, hopefully that's when I'm done. It is a big grind, but it's like the last thing left to do for me. And then for TOB, I am straight up just like 50 KC away. I only have 1 pet here, so I might get like a 2x completion or something. But I think, again, I have like 1 or 2 scythes or some other stuff that was pre-log, I believe, but I'm not too sure. 4 dusts, of course, and 8 sanguine kits in my KC is very lucky. So I lucky on the hard mode stuffs and unlucky on pet. That's the only thing. But yeah, these are the big ones. Done very soon, and looking forward to getting them done. Clue-wise, for those who enjoy clues and watch me, you're going to be enjoying the fact that I'm going to be doing some. I want to unlock emotes, because this is one of the things that also counts to account progression is getting things like, you know, the glass box rope, the mime events, and then the all this stuff. I just don't have them unlocked. I just never do them. And I need to do hard clues to get Yuri. I need to do 600 beginners for this emote. You know, I got to do a lot of stuff to get this all done. By the way, best emote of the year is this one. Pretty cool. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. Pet-wise this year, I picked up Butch as one of my earliest pets, I think. This guy was like 40 odd KC. Very lucky. We have... I can't even find him. Where is he? Where are you? Oh yeah, the Guardian, Tumakin's Guardian. I believe that was this year as well, quite early on. When I started back up at TOA to try and get some stuff done. And this guy's pretty cool. I got Little Leviathan. This was a 2KC from Awakened bosses on like the early release. Thought it'd be fun to farm Awakened, and kind of is. And we got this guy on 2KC, so very rewarded. And I think that more or less wraps up my year on the game. So some pretty nice progress. Next year, I think there's going to be a lot more. I probably had another month or two soaked up this year with moving flats and stuff. Plus, I had to do a little bit of Inferno speedrunning and some side tracking stuff. So I'm hoping next year I get started on again like the raid capes, some clues, do my big openings and things, and then well, as soon as February comes along, when February hits, we're going to be doing Colosseum or March, whatever it is, you know, early Q1. And for those wondering, yes, like maybe at the end of the year, like mid to late next year, I might start clogging, but I'm only going to go to 1K. I'm just not interested going further. I'm just not interested. I have no clues completed, and I have a lot of bosses that I can just claim stuff from or go to and immediately get some instant loot. So I think it won't be too difficult to push for 1K. If it happens, it'll happen late next year. So, yeah. But that's about everything. So, if you got any questions about the account or the plans, or want to see me do some particular stuff that you want to watch or see some content on, let me know in comments, and I shall consider at the very least. But otherwise, hopefully you guys have a very good end of year, some happy holidays, and I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye-bye!